Saturday night soccer comes to One Oak Field one last time tonight as FC Tulsa entertain Monterey Bay. Both teams will be looking to finish strong with a win, having both been eliminated from playoff contention. Good evening, everybody. Welcome into One Oak Field. Dave Saunders, joined by former professional Anna Burgle. And Anna, no playoff contention, as we said, for these two teams, but still for these players, much at stake tonight.
There is. A lot of these players are still trying to earn contract extension spots on the team for next season and want to go out on a high note. So that's where you'll see players still play at a high level, want to play to the best of their ability in this game. And these are true professionals, so they're going to come out. I'd imagine it will still be a very competitive game tonight. Someone at the very start of their career is Santiago Sanchez. The 16-year-old for FC Tulsa making his debut tonight. He's shown really well in training, according to head coach for FC Tulsa, the Academy product, and these are the types of opportunities that these young players hope for in a game like this heading into the offseason.
Now, we'll have a quick look back at some of the highlights for FC Tulsa in their season, and someone who's performed consistently well is the goalkeeper, Johan Peñaranda.
Peñaranda really has a neat story for FC Tulsa. He started out with them on a very short-term contract and quickly earned his spot on the team, consistent throughout the year, making the routine saves, had the ability to make the big saves as well. The only player for FC Tulsa to earn Player of the Month. And then, Dave, this was the last time out against Monterey Bay, an outstanding penalty kick save. So he's been a key impact player for FC Tulsa all season.
Certainly has, and they've scored some nice goals as well.
They have. They've had some really good moments in the offense and have garnered some national attention as well. A couple of Sports Center goals, this one being one of them from Lasso, arguably the goal of the year for FC Tulsa. So there are still some really great moments to look back on this season for FC Tulsa.
It's a busy old night here at One Oak Field. We've got lots going on, and we have the lineups and your first half call for FC Tulsa versus Monterey Bay.
I couldn't lay down, I couldn't stand up.
My shoulder blade and the muscles between the shoulder blades.
Bent over, couldn't stand up straight.
The pain just got progressively worse.
Turns out that I had scoliosis.
When I walked into Tulsa Spine and Rehab for the first time, I definitely felt very welcomed.
Dr. Riley, I just made an automatic connection.
He's going to take care of you and your needs and get you going.
I walked out of here and I didn't have a crick in my neck anymore.
There is truly here the desire to help people get better.
The experience to adapt, learn, and grow defines Williams. We've delivered natural gas to power change for over a century. Now we're investing in next-gen technologies to move toward a low-carbon future. We can reduce emissions and meet rising energy demands because experience powers us.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least consulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the seat view feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
Tonight's game sponsor is Ascension St. John, and the game is brought to you by Williams. We make clean energy happen. By Osage Casino, your place to play, and by OSU Medicine, FC Tulsa's official sports medicine partner. As we have a look at the lineups, and with my broadcast partner here, Anna Burgle, there is a start, as we said, for young Santiago Sanchez and his brother, but also number 21, Alex DeLu, gets a start.
Yeah, a few changes in the lineup tonight, giving players some opportunity, as we mentioned in the pregame show, want to step up and vie for those spots on the team next year. We mentioned Peñaranda in goal. He's been outstanding. And then Bradley Bourgeois, the captain for FC Tulsa, has been so consistent. We saw him before the game, Dave, wants to go out on a high note and is all up for this matchup tonight.
As for Monterey Bay, they are led by the experienced Kai Green, the captain. And also there is a first start of the season for Ryan Dieter in their formation. An unusual one, actually, a 5-2-2-1. We'll see how that one pans out. Let's have a look at the injury report. This injury report brought to you by OSU Medicine. And I don't think I'm going to read out all the names there. Unfortunately, it does happen at the end of a season. There are players out with injuries, and we wish all of those players all the very best in recovering from their injuries. We are just about set fair now for this match, and FC Tulsa are going to be playing in their patina green and white striped shirts, white shorts and white socks, up against the Monterey Bay side, who will be all in royal blue tonight. And Anna Bergel alongside me. We've already mentioned it in the build-up, but you know, when there's no playoff at stake, you just hope for a really open, thrilling game for the neutrals and both sets of supporters for these two teams tonight.
I'd imagine this will still be thoroughly entertaining. Monterey Bay FC still looking for its first win against FC Tulsa, and FC Tulsa wanting to go out on a high note here at home. A lot of energy in and around downtown Tulsa today. So still expecting a lot of activity here from both of these two teams.
FC Tulsa with the early throw in here for Patrick Siegrist in the orange boots. Siegrist, who has played in the back threes, left back tonight in a back four. And the referee says that there was a push and there will be a Monterey Bay free kick, which Maury Dona gets underway pretty quickly. The goalkeeper, Carlos Herrera, in all red tonight, wearing 21. It's Kai Green getting it back to Herrera, who goes across to Alejandro Lara. It's a first touch for Sebastian Sanchez, who wears 63. Santiago making his debut tonight, wearing 66. Here's Bradley Bourgeois. Him and Sawahi have been the rocks at the back for FC Tulsa. Here's Harvey Sinclair. Good possession from FC Tulsa, Anna, and really good for all the players to get a touch of the football, and that one just overdone by Bradley Bourgeois in the end.
And want to establish themselves early in this game as well. You mentioned the possession they've had, good ball tempo, something they're putting an emphasis on heading into this game. Want to limit the opportunities for Monterey Bay FC through the middle of the field and just continue to apply pressure. They don't want to make it easy and give Monterey Bay FC time on the ball. They want to retain possession. So far in this game have shown good energy.
And Monterey Bay, it is in possession of the football. It's 10th versus 11th. If Monterey Bay were to be successful tonight, they would go above FC Tulsa. El Paso, the bottom club. Nothing at stake in terms of the playoffs in the West, with San Antonio locked in at 9th, but no way of getting in the top 8. So everything has been sewn up in terms of the Western Conference, but we'll tell you more about the race for the playoffs presented by Terminix in the Eastern Conference, with much at stake tonight. Still 2 places up for grabs in that conference. Here's Green. Green to Lara. Lara in his 20th start of the season for Monterey Bay. who are trying to possess the football here. Both teams trying to do that on this beautiful night, although I wish I brought a jacket now, Anna. It's dropped a little bit in temperature, hasn't it?
It has, but FC Tulsa has had many triple-digit games this season, so...
Yes, we can't complain. Now, this is good play from the away side. Across goal, and there was nearly a tap in there as it went right across the face of Johan Peñaranda's goal. No one on the end of that one. Early chance for the visitors, who still have the ball here. There's a ball into the box, which comes off the head of a defender and goes straight into the grateful arms of Johan Peñaranda. But that was good work from Monterey Bay down that right-hand side and right across the face of the goal.
It was something to give the FC Tulsa defense to think about. I mean, you don't want to have a ball be able to make it all the way that far across, and Monterey Bay FC doing a great job playing in a dangerous ball with pace. You never know what might happen, but they've looked good on the wings so far in this game, as now they've had a bit of possession of their own as they settle into this game.
With Lara out wide to Maury Dona, the 30-year-old. Ball headed infield by Diego Gutierrez. Gutierrez takes over again here. There's the ball that's been overdone, but Dona will get it on the far side. Has to get control of the ball. Owen Darm with him. Dona's done well. Gutierrez to the far post, and that one's going to be over everybody, and it will be a goal kick. We have to admire the way that Monterey Bay have come in here, Anna, and started the game.
They have. I mean, you knew coming in, as you mentioned, there's, from a playoff perspective, not a lot to play for, but both teams with high energy want to end on a high note. And Monterey Bay, the last time these two played, ended in a tie at their place. So they want to come in here, get the win against FC Tulsa.
Who are in with Alex Deleu here. Goalkeeper saves, shot from Stojanovic is headed off the line by Alejandro Lara.
The defensive effort from Lara, FC Tulsa, the initial save, and then Stojanovic with an opportunity that he will want back. But great piece of defensive play, and a corner kick upcoming now for FC Tulsa with St. Clair, but referee trying to calm things down inside the 6-yard box. A great chance for FC Tulsa, but again, great awareness from Lara to stick with the play, use his head to clear that away.
Katrina Freshmack's corner from the FC Tulsa left. Harvey Sinclair with the responsibility, wearing 47. There's lots of pushing and shoving in and around the penalty spot. Here's the ball into the box. There's a punch away from the goalkeeper, who got quite a lot on that. Here's Deleu, who had that first shot in that flurry of activity as FC Tulsa spin the ball out to the left-hand side. Here's Sinclair, who's rather trodden on the ball, but he gets lucky, gets up. Here's Segrist now. Not much room to play in for those two. Dona and Sinclair into the box, and there was nearly a header from Alex Sawahi, and you just feel as he puts his head in his hands, Anna, if he got anything on that, it might well have been able to flick the ball into the net.
Sinclair did a great job to stay with that play, lost his footing a bit, but able to continue to apply the pressure and put in a dangerous ball, and Sawahi so unbelievably close. I think you're right, just any touch at that point would have been enough, but FC Tulsa with a few good opportunities here in these last few minutes.
Galloway in the midfield spins it out to Lara. Dona, those two have linked up well. Now the ball is out to Ryan Dieter, making his debut, a la Santiago Sanchez, and that ball flashes wide of the target.
We'll get a look here at that last sequence from FC Tulsa. St. Clair winning the ball back in the corner, gets his head up, and that's what he's done so well all season. Dangerous delivery, giving FC Tulsa a chance. You see Sawahi's reaction there, so close, but better in the offense from FC Tulsa.
Long from Segrist. Owen Darm. Darm has played at left back, right back, and now he's playing really as a left winger. Santiago Sanchez to Darm. Darm, good twist from Darm. Gets the ball and pulls it back. Deleu again. Booth with the shot! And again it's blocked by Pierce Galloway. Grant Robinson with the block there. And now there's a foul from Ryan Dieter. And FC Tulsa are really knocking on the door here, Anna Bergel.
You can feel from this team they want to come out, get that first goal. Owen Dom, who's had an incredible season for FC Tulsa, able to do the work defensively, but you saw there on the wing a bit of creativity, takes space, but allows himself to take a breath, find the player in the box. And now an opportunity will treat similarly to a corner kick with multiple players in and around the box for FC Tulsa.
Free kick into the danger area, and it's gone in! And is it Sawahi who got that touch? He's celebrating. I don't think anybody minds at FC Tulsa whether it's an own goal or whether it was Sawahi. But FC Tulsa have taken the lead. In the 10th minute here, it's FC Tulsa 1, Monterey Bay 0.
Strong start from FC Tulsa. Sawahi, you saw a near miss just a couple moments ago, but able to execute there for FC Tulsa. Good delivery from St. Clair as well. We'll get another look here on the replay. Free kick opportunity. Have to take advantage of these dead ball opportunities, and Sawahi, great positioning as that ball's coming in to establish himself inside the 6-yard box. Dominant, able to stick his leg out there and just redirect that ball into the back of the net, putting FC Tulsa up first.
Sawahi, with that goal, becomes the joint top goal scorer with Aaron Beboot, Stefan Stojanovic, and now himself with that 4th goal. And also wonderful delivery from Harvey Sinclair, his 3rd assist of the season. When we saw it live, we weren't sure whether it was Sawahi who got that touch or the defender, but I think we can all see it was Sawahi. And I'm pleased for him because, remember, last week he put through his own net against Hartford Athletic with a similar position, actually, to where he was.
And that happens to top players, and it's unfortunate. And to turn around the next week, and he's already had a few opportunities in the final third as a defender, and able to capitalize on that one is big for FC Tulsa to come out with the energy that they've had in front of home fans and still have the intensity.
Monterey Bay, how will they respond? Here's Dona trying to build from the back. Guerra signs their industry leaders in visa processing for professional athletes. They work hard off the field for the players to succeed on it. Reach out today for your organization's consultation. 1-0 to FC Tulsa, who now have the ball again. And here's Stefan Stojanovic onto his right foot, could try one. And that one finishes up in about row F. Stojanovic, a player that works hard. There's the coach, Mario Sanchez, who always puts positivity to his players, coaching staff, fans, you name it. I mean, he's just been wonderful for this football club and the community.
He has. He's been well received from FC Tulsa, and you mentioned the positivity piece, but I also think it's important. He's very candid with what's happening with his team on and off the field and throughout the season. After games and media interviews, he understands where holes are, where things need to be better, and looking forward to see what he can do for this team.
That was a little bit too strong for Michael Gonzalez. The other thing I want to say about Mario Sanchez is he's very honest, isn't he? I mean, he joins us, as we hope he will today, on our program, and you know, if they've been beaten at home, and they have been a few times this season, he's very honest about it.
He is. I mean, call a duck a duck. He's very, wants to represent his team well, but also understands that they have a job to do and they have a standard to obtain, and when things don't go their way, he will note that and he won't try to hide it and just wants to make it better. And the FC Tulsa players consistently throughout the season, as we've talked to a few of them, have all been consistent in their answer, in that they want to work for Mario Sanchez and they've enjoyed having him as their coach in his inaugural season for the club.
Monterey Bay with Pierce Galloway in possession. Work it out to Grant Robinson. Back to Galloway. Fair involved. It's going to spin away for a goal kick. The month of October has been an interesting one for Monterey Bay. They started out with a very good 2-1 win against Phoenix Rising, and then a 2-2 draw away at Sacramento Republic FC. That before a home defeat, a frustrating one as well, to Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC, who are flying high in this conference. Owen Darm, Andrew Booth. Booth having to go back to Bouchoir, who will go to the goal scorer, Alexis Sawahi. Harvey Sinclair into Stojanovic. That was good skill from Stojanovic, and Delou does really well to keep that one in. Now Sinclair didn't quite get the shape of his cross, and Ione can get it away. But they built well and are down that right-hand side, and Delou is having a good game.
He is, and you love to see the idea from FC Tulsa, the quick release, the one-touch passes, trying to get in behind and be a bit more creative in the final third, and now playing with more confidence. Clearly, after getting that first goal, takes a bit of the pressure off, but wanting to continue and keep their foot on the gas.
Harvey Sinclair will take his time. Check out all the existing and exciting postseason action as the USL playoffs presented by Terminix kick off in November. The top teams will battle it out for the ultimate prize. Go to uslchampionship.com for the latest playoff information. Here's Owen Darm. With a little bit of space is Santiago Sanchez. Just couldn't thread the right ball through. You've got to look at the head coach Jordan Stewart. Stewart began his coaching career in August of 2022 with the Quakes Academy before being elevated to serve as the first assistant coach for San Jose's MLS Next Pro side in early 2023. He's made the jump to the USL Championship with a move to Seaside and began his first season in August of this year. His side trailing by a 1-0, but they're on the attack now. But Siegrist will get a good challenge in then, and it will go away for another Katrina Freshmax corner for Monterey Bay, who've responded well, Anna Bergel, since going behind with that Alexis Sawahi goal.
They have, and they found some space on the wings. If they can continue to spread the width, Gutierrez trying to find himself isolated 1v1 there and create some space and release that shot, but well defended from Siegrist. Moved his feet quickly, but not entirely out of the woods yet here, with a corner kick opportunity upcoming for Monterey Bay.
Diego Gutierrez to the near post, and Michael Gonzalez there not able to twist his body and get a shot on target. Johan Peñaranda it is with the goal kick, takes it short here to Bradley Bouchoir. Alexis Sawahi still inside his own box. These two have had 3 previous meetings. We've already told you about the 0-0 draw in Monterey Bay this season, that last-minute penalty save from Johan Peñaranda. And then in 2023 there was a 0-0 draw at Monterey Bay. And almost exactly 2 years ago, in the month of October, FC Tulsa were victorious here by 2-0 at One Oak Field. Free kick for FC Tulsa, who've seen that man in frame score a goal, the 4th of the season for him. Bradley Bourgeois then with the free kick. A little bit of a lull in the game. Underneath this one, Donor and Darm. Darm heads it on. Donor again. Wide on that right-hand side. Goes back to Alejandro Lara, the 26-year-old. Now Kai Green. Green is making his 32nd start of the season. Both teams adept at knocking the ball around. FC Tulsa have had the ball in the net. Monterey Bay with the ball here. Moby Fair, the 29-year-old, did score at Phoenix in the 2-1 win. He's got 4 goals and 2 assists. Here's the Chilean, Carlos Herrera. Good header from DeLu there. DeLu gets up. Fair. Ball played forward. Bit of miscommunication. And it goes back to Johan Peñaranda. Bradley Bourgeois. FC Tulsa looking for its 4th home win, having beaten Miami, Memphis and San Antonio. Had some good draws, FC Tulsa, this season against some pretty decent sides. Who can forget the beginning of April, the 3-3 draw against Phoenix Rising FC. Alexis Sawahi got a couple on that night. Then more recently, and you'd say the 1-1 draw against New Mexico. FC Tulsa needed to win the game, but against, you know, the team that have won the conference, that was a good result for FC Tulsa on that night just a few days ago.
It was, and that's where just throughout the season you saw glimpses of what FC Tulsa could do against these top sides, and they'd shown well, they scored good goals and had some decent results, as you mentioned, and for them it was just more about consistency and being able to put a complete 90 minutes together back to back to back, whether you're at home, on the road. And that's what those playoff teams had the ability to do this season. And you get a look here at some of the fans, despite not being in the playoff contention, still showing out in full force and in Halloween costume. Dave, where's Waldo?
And down at the bottom of the screen, is that some Harry Potter going on there? I think it is. Ball cleared away by Johan Peñaranda. Always a wonderful time of year for, I was going to say the youngsters to dress up, but I think the adults get as much pleasure as well.
They've been getting into it.
I think we saw a cow, didn't we, behind the goal in the FC Tulsa faithful. We'll see whether we can pick up a shot of the cow later on. Dave Saunders and Anna Burgle discussing all things Halloween tonight on ESPN Plus. Cox Your View and Cox Channel 3 locally here in Tulsa. And FC Tulsa are leading this game by 1-0. Remember, there is nothing at stake in terms of the playoff places, but lots to play for these professionals who want to win this game of football. Make no mistake about it. Now, here's Pierce Galloway cropping up on the right-hand side. Up to Gonzalez. Gutierrez. Robinson at left back. There's a turn from Ryan Dieter, trying to impress on his debut. A bit of a giveaway from FC Tulsa, and then they managed to mop up with Harvey Sinclair, and now here's Patrick Seegers, who can bring it away to Owen Darm. Darm puts the ball in the path of Seegers, who continued his run. Darm takes over, steps in field. Good strong run from Owen Darm. Harvey Sinclair on that overlap, could try one, but he tries to put it into the box on the head of Stojanovic. Booth now for FC Tulsa, keeping possession. Sinclair is always fully involved. As the world demands low-cost, low-carbon energy, Williams will be there with the best transport, storage and delivery solutions. Williams, we make clean energy happen. Stojanovic, referee might bring that one back. He's letting the game go on. I think it's DeLu who's down there, and the referee's going to stop the game. I don't think there'll be a free kick to FC Tulsa, but there is an injury to Alex DeLu, who, as we said, has had a very fine start to the game. Well, you can watch the fans here. Star Wars are in.
It's pretty legit.
That's great. I like that. We'll try to bring you more of the costumes as we can. 1-0 to FC Tulsa. Kai Green. You've got to admire Monterey Bay, Anna. They are keeping the ball well here, and it doesn't seem to have phased them too much that they're a goal behind.
No, the response has been positive. I think you're right. There's no heads down. They're still continuing with their game plan, trying to spread the width and spread FC Tulsa out to create some space in behind. They've been able to get some wing players isolated, but so far FC Tulsa has done well defending, but some space here.
Certainly is, and there's a shot which has finished up on the grassy bank behind Johan Peñaranda's goal. That was the fourth goal that FC Tulsa have scored inside the first 15 minutes, and that's where the ball ended up. So they're haven't scored many goals early, but they've got one here in the 10th minute. Alexis Sawahi, if you're late to this broadcast, you're very welcome into One Oak Field. We also want to welcome the watch parties for Monterey Bay, presented by the Britannia Arms. Donut. Dieter trying to go between two, cleared away in the end by Sawahi. Stojanovic with Green. Green is a big physical defender and won that little duel. Lara. Galloway always seems to show for the ball and be available.
And you can tell Monterey Bay FC are trying to be a little more intentional in their passes as they try to break through. A couple quick giveaways, but they've won the ball back quickly, and great combination play here in the middle.
Yeah, good play from Ione. And the ball to the line. It's back to Robinson. Left-footed low ball into the box. And in the end, hooked over the bar by Michael Gonzalez, who has got one goal this season. Well, you can watch the USL Championship in Spanish on 2DN, the nation's leading Spanish language sports network. Select matches, including the Championship final, will be available in Spanish throughout the rest of the season. Go to uslchampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings. Throw in from Segrist to Stojanovic. Off Lara, says the referee. Throw in again to FC Tulsa. Osage Casino Hotel Tulsa is your place for fun and entertainment after the match. Enjoy a world-class casino experience with high-stakes tables and over 1,600 electronic games. Just 4 miles from One Oak Field. Osage Casino Hotel Tulsa. 1-0 the score. Stojanovic to Delu, who's recovered from that knock. Siegrist gets a 1-2 going, then leaves it for Delu. Siegrist has continued his run. Good ball back. Stojanovic is in there, but so is Kai Green. And the referee says there was a touch from Stojanovic and it will be a goal kick.
FC Tulsa has found some success with good delivery on the wings and finding that space, but then giving players a chance in the box to make a play. Good diagonal run in behind there, quick release.
Ball came across the goal over the top of Stojanovic, and Robinson will clear. Long. Sawahi heads to Bourgeois. Bourgeois heads it back, and out comes Johan Peñaranda. Peñaranda looking for his 8th clean sheet of the season. As we told you in the build-up to this game, he's really done so well, Peñaranda. Just come in and made that position his own. He did get Player of the Month for July as well. Peñaranda on the ball here now. Bourgeois chipping it forward, looking for Delu, flicks it on. Green. Now here's Dieter. Dieter now, this is a good run onto his right foot, lays it back. Cushion ball, good defensive play from Bradley Bourgeois. And now Delu. Owen Darm. 2 Monterey Bay players go down. Delu comes up with the ball. Delu round the defender. He's just taken it too far. Now, chance for Andrew Booth here for 2. Oh, it's a wonderful goal. The goalkeeper got a hand on it, but he isn't going to keep out that pile driver from Andrew Booth. FC Tulsa 2, Monterey Bay 0.
FC Tulsa has done a great job in this first half of finding opportunities in and around the 18 and executing and being efficient in front of goal. Andrew Booth, his 2nd of the season. Electric strike. Keeper got a hand on it, but nothing could keep that one out. The solid strike, and FC Tulsa really playing with joy in the final third and 2 goals to show for it.
Yeah, as you said, Anna, Andrew Booth's 2nd goal of the season. FC Tulsa 2nd. And the man from Kingston, Jamaica makes it 2. And he's been so important, Andrew Booth, for me. He's just been one of those blue-collar workers doing that work that a lot of people don't see. And I'm so pleased for him. He seemed to have the freedom of the 18-yard box, to be honest, didn't he?
He did, and you're right. He's one of those players that has been, since coming in and joining this FC Tulsa team, broken up play, done a lot of that hard work and keeps the ball well, but found himself with a lot of space there. Took advantage, near post shot, but enough behind it to find the back of the net. And I'd imagine head coach Mario Sanchez pleased with the start and intensity from the home team.
And they want more here. Here's Stojanovic. That's a good ball into the box. It just behind Santiago Sanchez. That would have been a story if he could have got a goal on his debut. And of course there's still time for him to do that. Just looking back to see when FC Tulsa last scored 2 goals. And you have to go back to the 14th of August for a 3-3 draw in New Mexico. So they'll be pleased to have got those 2 goals tonight, and they want more here. Haven't won in the last 4. The last win came at Oakland Roots to bring the curtain down on the month of September. That's a good ball in, and Johan Peñaranda dives on the ball, and he will want to keep a clean sheet tonight and immediately bowls it out. It's now a very open game, and Delu has got past the defender. There are 4 strikers, and Delu just played the wrong ball. And the ball ends up at the feet of the FC Tulsa coach, Mario Sanchez.
As we get a look at Moby Fair for Monterey Bay FC, who just eclipsed 10,000 minutes. Quite the feat for his USL Championship career. We have a few players on this field that have similar status and some experienced players. You get a look at Bourgeois as well for FC Tulsa. Nearly 12,000 minutes played. One of FC Tulsa's legends, 140 matches played. So a lot of young players that we've talked about, Dave, coming in, but also some veterans that have had some really incredible USL Championship careers.
Yeah, certainly our Moby Fair has done well in his career. Spent 2 seasons at Las Vegas Lights. He did actually play for the US men's team under 17 as well. Here's Dieter trying to switch the play. His team 2-0 down. Donor does well to keep it in. Donor still with the ball, gets support in the aforementioned Fair. Sebastian Sanchez does well. Owen Dahm. It's a bit of a Louisville connection tonight with Owen Dahm, of course, on loan from Lou City. He was born in Versailles, Kentucky. And then Santiago and Sebastian both from Louisville. And of course, Coach Mario Sanchez, very much affiliated in the past with Louisville City. Here is Donut into the box, cut out well by Bourgeois and then belted away by Owen Dahm to relieve the pressure. Galloway to Green. 2-0 the score. 35 minutes gone here. Thanks for joining us here on this Saturday night. Dave Saunders, Anna Burgle with you. ESPN Plus and Cox Your View and Cox Channel 3 here in Tulsa. You're very welcome in to those of you supporting Monterey Bay as well, to downtown Tulsa, One Oak Field. Fair wearing 13, spins it out wide to Galloway. It's got somewhat of a free roll in the midfield. Patient build-up from Monterey Bay. Dieter has lost out to Stojanovic. Good touch from Stojanovic, who's continued his run. Santiago Sanchez here will bring in Owen Dahm. There's a sliding challenge, and to be fair, Ryan Dieter, the young man, 23 years old on his debut, lost the ball up top, and he's back in the right back spot to win it back.
It's a great point. That's what you want to see. Just the effort. Don't drop your head. Don't let your shoulders down. Get back down and win the ball back for your team. Great effort. 1v1 as well. Timed that perfectly. And a good run on the other end. FC Tulsa with some space. Stojanovic not able to get that ball back, but a good look.
Sanchez. Oh, that's a wonderful ball here for Owen Dahm, who's put it over the top. That was a beautiful through ball, and Owen Dahm will want that one back.
Great vision from Sanchez in the middle. He had players on his right making good runs, but then Dahm, that late run on the left side, has done an outstanding job all season getting involved in the attack, but eyes got a bit too wide there, and that one sails up over the bar, and you saw his reaction. By his own standards, knows he should have done better there.
Oklahoma State University Medicine is FC Tulsa's official sports medicine partner. Yeah, Owen Dahm could have made it 3. Hasn't scored this season, but he does have 1 assist. But what a through ball it was. That was the knife through butter ball, wasn't it? It was just opened up for FC Tulsa. who've won it back. Andrew Booth, who's already got 1 on the night, 2 on the season. Goes past 2 inside the box. Beautiful play from him, and in the end, it was Sebastian Sanchez in there who couldn't get the ball from underneath his feet. Now at the other end, Monterey Bay want to get back on the score sheet, and they won't do it with that. Donor take his eye off the ball. They'll want a goal before half-time, Anna, to take something into the locker room.
Right, and especially after coming off of that tough loss against Colorado Springs. Not the first half they would have hoped for. They've had some good spells of possession. They've tried to be more intentional with their passes, you can tell, against this FC Tulsa defense, trying to spread the width, trying to move them out of their areas, get them out of position a bit. They've had some dangerous balls in on the wings as well, but just haven't been able to connect that final pass or that final shot, and hoping for something here to change the dynamic of this game heading into halftime.
North Carolina 2, Las Vegas Lights 1, and there's 10 minutes to go in that one, and that would put North Carolina in the live standings into 7th place in the USL Championship race to the playoffs, presented by Terminix. You look at lots of clinchings, and as we said, there's no playoff places available now. That top 8 places, there could be some shuffling positions, but 9 down to 12, which includes of course these 2 teams playing tonight. As the ball goes out, nothing for them in the playoffs. But Las Vegas Lights, if they win against North Carolina, they've got to turn it round. They would end on 53 points and they would clinch a top 2 finish. But North Carolina doing everything they can to spoil the Las Vegas Lights party. That was FC Tulsa's first game of the season in Vegas, and FC Tulsa won that one by 3 goals to 1. Here it was a 1-1 draw in the middle of September with Las Vegas Lights. And we said again, Anna, FC Tulsa have performed pretty well against the top clubs. I mean, New Mexico won the league. They had a 3-3 draw in New Mexico. They had a 1-1 draw here, and so on. You know, they've been to Sacramento and got a draw. It's been slightly frustrating because they perform well against the best clubs in the league.
It has, and that's what you need from a team with aspirations for the playoffs as well and beyond. It's just that consistency. They've had some good road wins. They've had those moments that really make a difference in the game, and I think it's a testament to the USL as well, with the margin of error being very thin now late in the season, and still some photo finishes in these games in and around the league, as those big moments matter. And FC Tulsa had come up in some of those games against those more quote-unquote elite clubs and shown that they have the ability and the players and the coaching to really compete at that level. But it's finding that consistency and being able to do it on those games where you might not get up for them as much, or maybe on paper you're favored, but have to find a way to be consistent.
FC Tulsa cannot improve their position. They will either finish 10th or 11th, and Monterey Bay obviously below them in 11th, 2-0 down here. Also El Paso are 2-0 down as well at Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh themselves are hanging on to that 8th spot as we look at the live tables. Hartford Athletic play later on at Orange County, and also Sacramento against Colorado Springs, Oakland Roots against Birmingham, and New Mexico against Memphis. New Mexico, who've already got top spots secured, and they did that here at One Oak Field in that 1-1 draw. Memphis could finish in the top 4 if results go their way. All of that, of course, the race to the playoffs, presented by Terminix. Here's Patrick Segrist. Bradley Bouchois up to the chest of Stojanovic. Did well to bring that one down. Andrew Booth, always available for FC Tulsa. Goes to Owen Darm, who had a wonderful chance to make it 3 just a few minutes ago. Receives the ball now, is onside. Booth, patient build-up from FC Tulsa. DeLu. And I'm just looking at Santiago Sanchez wearing 66 there, just touch on the ball and here on the ball right now. Your opinion of how he's done in this first half, making his debut?
He's had some really good moments where he's showcased his vision, and I think that that's something when you have a player that young and that has the ability to see the next play and anticipate, that can really grow into a really valuable asset for these teams. And I think he's had a good showing. He's been in the mix. He's had good technical ability to keep the ball for FC Tulsa. But that's also a testament to the players around him as well. They've had a good first half. Andrew Booth has played well. Stojanovic is making those creative runs going up top too, which is allowing the opportunity for those creative balls in behind. So a lot of things have come together in this first half for FC Tulsa, but so far we've mentioned some of these younger players, and Sanchez has had a good first half.
Here's Donut late on, crosses the ball. Harvey Sinclair tries to flick it away. Alex DeLu is there. Alex DeLu's had a good first half. In fact, it's been a good all-round team performance from FC Tulsa. And going forward, you say Monterey Bay have looked good as well. They just had a couple of lapses maybe at the back that have allowed FC Tulsa the 2 goals. I'm wondering if Santiago Sanchez, will have to ask whether he put his number because of the famous Route 66, of course, which runs through Tulsa. I'm not sure whether that's true or not. Certainly there's an England cricketer called Joe Root who certainly wears 66, and he definitely chose it because of Route 66. So I think it has been known. Time being added on is 1 minute. Tulsa Tech stoppage time. You looked at me a little bit weirdly when I mentioned the game of cricket there.
I didn't
Anna
know where you were
Berger.
going with that. I couldn't really bring anything to the table for that one.
Anybody who knows cricket and England will know the name Joe Root, a wonderful cricketer. Cricket World Cup, of course, was played in the USA, in North Carolina, and also down in Dallas. There's a wonderful cricket stadium down there. I could explain the rules of cricket, but it would take me a long time, Anna Virgil. So we're playing the last few seconds as one of the FC Tulsa players gets the ball in the face, I think. Trying to see who it is down there.
I think it might be Owen Dom. Yep. Applied some good pressure there, but got the worst of that one.
Yeah, not when you don't want to go down with a few seconds left. He's up now. I think Christina West will have a check that it's the blow to the head there, so the concussion protocols will be put in place. Chance to thank again the backroom staff from FC Tulsa as we take another look at the costumes. Yeah, I knew Harry Potter was here somewhere. Look, there they are.
It's been a popular one.
There he is. There, we promised you the world was waiting. And there he is, the cow, banging the drum in amongst the 918 Brigade, who faithfully support FC Tulsa. And the referee brings the first half to an end, and it's been a very competent one if you're an FC Tulsa player and fan, because they lead by 2-0. Do they deserve that lead, Anna Bergel?
They do. They've had a well-rounded first half. I think we've highlighted a few players that have shown well. Monterey Bay FC has had their chances as well. They've had a great goal line save. They've had their moments on the wings, but still looking for that final pass, that final shot to be executed in the final third. But right now, FC Tulsa in a good position heading into halftime, 2 goals up.
We've got the Williams halftime show coming up right after the break with a halftime score. FC Tulsa 2, Monterey Bay FC 0.
When I come home, it's like I feel like I'm in my dream home. I've been doing a little research on HELOCs, and I went to Oklahoma Central Credit Union. They were wonderful. We've added pretty much a new addition to our house. We didn't even have to pay the closing cost. They paid it for us. So I've been with Oklahoma Central for quite a while. I'm not going anywhere else.
What would you do if you only had one life to live? Well, that's kind of how this whole thing works. So bite off more than you can chew. Don't wait for someone else's green light. Go after what they say you can't. Oklahoma needs more doers, and doers don't wait. Get skilled, get paid. Tulsa Tech, powered by Oklahoma Career Tech.
Hi, I'm Bill Knight for Bill Knight Ford. When you buy a vehicle from us, your transaction doesn't end when you drive off the lot. That's because all vehicle purchases come backed by the Knight Advantage. This includes a lifetime powertrain warranty on all new vehicles, a 6-month, 6,000-mile warranty on all used vehicles, and a low price guarantee. These exclusive offers help make your car buying experience easier and more affordable. And that's why we're Oklahoma's #1 Ford dealer, Bill Knight Ford, home of the Knight Advantage.
Summertime is back at Osage Casino Hotel Tulsa, and we have the perfect getaway for you. Cool off in our spacious freeform pool, grab your favorite drink and chill at the poolside bar, or relax and unwind in a cozy private cabana. Just steps away are tempting restaurants, live entertainment, and a world-class casino gaming experience. At Osage Casino Hotel Tulsa, your place to stay and relax.
A 4th of the season for Alexis Zawahi, a 2nd of the season from Andrew Booth. Give us the halftime score of FC Tulsa 2, Monterey Bay 0. We'll be back with the Williams halftime show right after this short break.
Is it somebody's birthday? Dad, come watch us hit this ugly piñata. Dad!
When Hornets show up, so do we. Terminix it.
New flavors, the same traditions. Be the guest of honor. Add more flavor to your parties. El Jimador, spiked bebidas.
Welcome to Do or Die. Welcome to stories that give meaning to it all. The juggernaut chasing history. The hero hoping for a Hollywood ending. The upstart determined to make the most of its shot at glory. Welcome to second guessing everything. Every coach's decision. Every referee's call. Every pass, shot, tackle, save. Because you know it all means more now. Welcome to the playoffs.
When mosquitoes show up, so do we. Terminix it.
Yeah, trick. I said what I said. I'd rather be famous instead.
Come by your local Cox store and discover what Cox Mobile can do for you. Cox Mobile runs on the network with unbeatable 5G reliability. So wherever life takes you, you'll stay connected to what matters most. Switching to Cox Mobile is easy. And to make things even easier, we've extended our store hours for your convenience. We'll help you find a mobile plan and device that fits your lifestyle and your budget. Stop by a Cox store today.
Welcome back into One Oak Field. Halftime score, FC Tulsa 2, Monterey Bay FC 0. Lots going on around the country in terms of these two conferences. Let's have a look at the standings. And what we know is that Anna Bergel, FC Tulsa cannot improve on their 10th place, but they'll certainly want to hang on to that. And all of the X's telling us that the top 8 have their playoff places.
Right, the Western Conference standings are locked in at this point. New Mexico United finished at the top of the conference with 59 points, and then just squeaks in at the last minute. Phoenix Rising FC rounds out the top 8. FC Tulsa on the outside looking in this season. Monterey Bay FC on the outside looking in. But ultimately, Dave, we've talked about what can look ahead towards next season as well, that they want to continue their aspirations for the playoffs.
Let's have a look at the Eastern Conference standings, and in the race to the playoffs presented by Terminix, Anna Bergel, look at that, still 7th and 8th to be fought for, and it goes right down to Loudoun United. Birmingham Legion would need a lot to happen for them, but they're in with a shout as well. So it's a lot to play for tonight. We'll have a look at the scores in a minute, but there's a lot of jostling for position there. In fact, while I introduce the scores, we can see it finished Charleston Battery 2, Loudoun United FC 1, North Carolina 2, Las Vegas Lights FC 1. That's a bit of a blow for Las Vegas Lights, who wanted to finish second. Pittsburgh Riverhounds late on there, 2-0 up against El Paso Locomotive, who are at the bottom of FC Tulsa's league. Louisville City continue with their fine form. It's now into the second half, and they're leading by 2-1. Tampa Bay Rowdies, who secured their playoff berth, winning against Indy 11 3-0. San Antonio 0, Detroit 0. I can also tell you another score we haven't got up there is Rhode Island 5, Miami FC 1 at half-time. The reason I tell you that, the former striker J.J. Williams for FC Tulsa has a first-half hat-trick. On to the news and notes. And Anna, it isn't often that we can talk about a goalkeeper who puts away a penalty, but Nate Steinwasher did it. That's great for a goalkeeper to be able to have that opportunity.
Jack of all trades. I mean, if you can get in goal and save them and have the confidence to step up and take one, unbelievable. Really neat for him. And
you told us about a couple of players in the first half in this match that had come to some milestones in their minutes. How about Birmingham Legion's FC Sir Enzo Martinez, who became the 5th player in USL Championship history to record 50 assists over his career in the club's 3-2 defeat to Indy 11. And talking of Rhode Island, they secured the first-year expansion side's playoff berth with 14 draws, setting a lead record for the most drawn contests in a regular season. I will repeat, they're winning 5-1 in their game tonight at halftime. We'll take another break. We're coming back with your first half highlights and your stats. It is FC Tulsa 2, Monterey Bay FC 0.
The holidays are a time to feel joyful, connect with the people who matter most, and enjoy the spirit of the season. Join Your View as we celebrate the holiday season from November 2nd to January 4th with curated, uplifting Spirit of the Season programming. Enjoy the holidays with Your View's Movie of the Week, our special selection of feel-good, family-friendly Christmas movies, or tune in for our show specials and original content. Spirit of the Season on Your View.
The stadium lights, the roar of the crowd, the heart and character displayed, and the brotherhood forged on the field. One play can shift the momentum. This is more than a game. It's Ford Game of the Week.
Ford Game of the Week. Coweta versus Booker T. Washington, live this Friday on Your View, Cox Channel 3.
Interesting thing about Oklahoma, we have oil wells on our Capitol grounds. Our state song is from the Broadway musical Oklahoma, And we have some of the most unpredictable weather. From tornado outbreaks, record-breaking heat waves, and relentless floods and storms, Oklahoma has experienced many extremes. Extremes like these require constant forecasts. That's why there's No Wait Weather. We won't tell you what to expect. We'll show you all day long. No Wait Weather on YourView Channel 3.
Tonight's match sponsor is Ascension St. John. The game brought to you by Williams. We make clean energy happen. By Osage Casino Hotel, your place to play. And by Tulsa Spine and Rehab, a team of specialists in one place delivering lasting pain relief. As we roll the first half highlights, and it's been a pretty good one, Anna Bergel, for FC Tulsa.
It has. There have been some good moments. This one started off with an excellent defensive effort from Alex Lara. Goal line save there, and then Alexi Sawahi finds the back of the net for the 4th time this season for FC Tulsa, opens up the scoring, and then Andrew Booth with an electric strike puts that one in the back of the net to extend the lead for FC Tulsa, and a great start to this first half for the home team.
Yep, let's have a look at the stats, which always tell you a little bit of a story, although look at the possession stats. This Monterey Bay side know how to knock the ball around.
They do. They've been patient in their build-up, and we've mentioned that a few times in the first half because they're trying to be intentional about their passes in behind, but FC Tulsa's defense has held strong, and that's something that they'll want to continue in the second half, try to find another clean sheet. They've had 7 shots edging out Monterey Bay FC just a bit, 4 of those on target, but being efficient in front of goal so far in this game.
Let's have a look at the team of the week, and Anna, they might be bottom of the league, El Paso, but they've got a couple of names in the team of the week, so congratulations to them. And Lucas Stoifer, I remember, had a very good game here against FC Tulsa.
Yeah, Stoifer, Tony Alfaro as well, center back, had a pair of impressive performances over the week, and that's what you want to see. I mean, obviously the playoff contention's really important, something we're paying attention to, but we still have some quality players, whether they're in or out of the playoffs, stepping up and making an impact. Congrats to them. Johnny Rodriguez, player of the week. Gavin Glinton, Oakland Roots SC coach of the week as well. So congrats to everyone recognized this week and throughout the season for the USL as we wrap up regular season.
Yeah, congratulations to all of them. We are just a few moments away from the second half, and I told you it's been a long time since FC Tulsa scored more than one goal. They've done it tonight in the first half, and Anna, it's always a difficult score, isn't it, when you're 2-0 up. I wouldn't say they're coasting, but it's a difficult score, 2-0. They'll want to try and get a third as quickly as possible.
I think I've had a few coaches in my day go into halftime saying that's a dangerous lead because you can feel a bit comfortable, you can get complacent, 2 goals up, but 1 goal, if you concede, it changes the dynamic of the game completely. And there's still 45 minutes left to play here. So Monterey Bay FC, if they can come out and get that first goal, cut FC Tulsa's lead in half, it changes things. So FC Tulsa, the halftime talk from head coach Mario Sanchez, I'd imagine, was why take the foot off the gas? They've continued to play with joy in the final third, multiple players getting involved in the attack. So we'll want to keep that going, try to find that third goal to then really create a bit more insurance in this game. But until then, we still have an exciting competitive match on our hands as we're about to get this second half going.
Lovely moment there when you saw the young 16-year-old Santiago Sanchez making his full debut start here for FC Tulsa. He's done well in the first half. And there's Monterey Bay FC. Have got to come from 2 goals down, and I think they're going to make a substitution. And I think they're bringing on Walmer Martinez. DJ in the house. providing he turned it down for us a little bit, didn't he, when we were doing our pre-match, but it's wonderful. He's doing a great job tonight. It's a really good atmosphere here as FC Tulsa bring down the curtain on this season. As I said, Walmer Martinez has come on the left-hand side, the El Salvadorian international, to see if he can make a difference on that left-hand side. Here's Galloway. So a little bit of a shuffle from head coach Jordan Stewart in this game. And we showed you in the stats, 60% of the possession went to the away side. But really, Anna, when you think back, they've had some shots that have not had to bring Johan Peñaranda into play. There was one ball at 0-0 that went across the face of the goal, but other than that, it's been shots that have been a little bit wide of the target.
You're right, and most of their possession really has been more in the defensive half as they're trying to switch the ball back and forth and open up this FC Tulsa defense. So the possession statistic obviously in favor of Monterey Bay FC, but what they do with it's what matters. So need to advance more up the field, try to get more numbers in and around the box. And you're right, they haven't had many shots on goal that have really forced Johan Peñaranda to make a save. So that's something that they'll want to do, just have more quality possession closer to goal to give themselves an opportunity to get back in this game.
2-0 the score. As Fair takes over the deepest midfield player. Brings in Galloway. Fair now over the top. Header away by Bouchoir. Now a shot which hits Bouchoir's right leg. And now Dieter shoots wide. Never easy when the ball comes to you and you feel you've got to have a shot and take it first time, but that was not an easy skill there to be able to put that one in the top corner.
No, we've definitely seen them happen throughout the USL Championship this season, but that's always a tough one. Have to keep your body up over it, and that one just rises up over the goal. But better for Monterey Bay FC in the final third. That initial shot might have been on frame, I couldn't really tell, but Bradley Bourgeois knocked it out.
Yeah, Bourgeois was there with the right leg. Here's Dieter. Neat ball from him. Walmer Martinez. Experienced player onto his right foot, blocked by Bourgeois again. Harvey Sinclair back there. Have to concede the throw-in. Walmer Martinez has started 27 games for Monterey Bay. Had a season with Hartford Athletic. Kai Green. Galloway has been pushed into a left-back role, and as we look down, Anna, it's a pretty attacking Monterey Bay formation now, isn't it?
And you'd expect that. I mean, they're wanting to find a way to get themselves back in this game, and I think it's a testament to the shift, as we've talked about the possession statistic for them, but FC Tulsa here in transition.
Stojanovic. It's a good ball. And a good run here from Santiago Sanchez. Now Stojanovic has just gone wide of the target. Well, that's really nice play from young Santiago Sanchez, who really fashioned out the opportunity for Stojanovic, who drove it just wide of the target.
Great job to hold his run. Stojanovic opens his body up. You can see he's trying to find that far post. Sanchez able to keep the ball close to his feet. And Stojanovic just trying to pass that one into the far post, but a couple inches wide, but another really good look for FC Tulsa.
And now here's Stojanovic for three! And he's put it well wide of the target. It was on his left foot. He's a right footer, but he'll want that one back. It just seemed to bounce nicely for him, but Anna woefully wide of the target.
And the effort to apply pressure to this Monterey Bay FC defense and try to create something out of nothing and try to pin them back in and create a goal-scoring opportunity. We'll get another look here on the replay. And Stojanovic, I think, was surprised he had that much space and then just had to take a breath and execute there.
Martinez. Moby Fair just about keeping that one in, only as far as Sawahi, who got the first goal of the game. Here's Sinclair. That's a lovely ball at Stojanovic again. He just looked around and got in between two defenders. Deleu with Galloway. Deleu going to the line. Headed away. Tackle from Siegrist. Didn't quite win it cleanly enough. Monterey Bay will break down the right-hand side now, looking for their first goal of the night. And Sawahi will hook the ball over his own bar.
Playing that one safe. He had good pressure from Dieter in behind, who was ready to pounce on that ball.
As the world demands low-cost, low-carbon energy, Williams will be there with the best transport, storage and delivery solutions. Williams, we make clean energy happen. Katrina Freshmack's corner. Going to be taken by Diego Gutierrez, the 25-year-old. He's had a lively game. His responsibility now from the corner. Holds the right arm aloft. Here it goes to the near post. It's flicked on by Andrew Booth inadvertently and then belted away by Santiago Sanchez. Max Glasser came on in the double substitution for Monterey Bay. Santiago Sanchez, ball down that left-hand side. He's really grown into the game, the man on the ball here. He looks a good, neat player, doesn't he, Anna?
He does. He's had really good moments of when those opportunities are there, releasing the ball quickly. Gives the ball away on that last play, but has showcased his vision and trying to link up players for FC Tulsa offensively.
Green to Fair. Fair to Gutierrez. Martinez runs infield, gets it inside the box here. Shoots, good save, Johan Peñaranda. Well, Walmer Martinez almost had no right to get a shot on goal then. It looked like the angle was narrow, but Johan Peñaranda comes up with another save.
It was a tough angle, but he had the power behind it for something good to happen, but Johan Peñaranda in a good position for the goalkeeper near post, able to punch that one away, but trying to get his team organized here for this upcoming corner kick opportunity with Gutierrez again.
Katrina Freshmack's corner into the box, headed on by Michael Gonzalez. Alex Deleu is back there, and the last touch was off Galloway. And FC Tulsa defended that pretty well, Anna.
They did. I mean, that's what you want to see, and Bourgeois and Sawahi anchoring this defense for FC Tulsa throughout the season. And Sawahi, Dave, had some injury, and his presence was definitely missed. And since coming back on, has helped FC Tulsa really bolster that back line in front of Johan Peñaranda, and well defended on those last few sequences.
Grant Robinson and Maury Dona with the players to be substituted at half-time. Still waiting in the wings is Christian Velasquez, who's a pretty prolific striker. Martinez. Ione. Now the ball back to the goalkeeper. FC Tulsa's bench tonight is another academy player, Anthony Harper, Arthur Rogers, Matthew Bell, Rashid Tete, Joey Rogovine, the goalkeeping sub, Aaron Beboot, who would love one more chance to try to become the top goal scorer if he can. This is a good run down the right hand side, but across goes Bradley Bourgeois. And Diego Pacheco is also on the bench. Andrew Booth. Sebastian Sanchez bringing in Stojanovic. Alex Delou waits wide on the right. Harvey Sinclair also. FC Tulsa keep possession with Patrick Siegrist. Now here's Bradley Bourgeois. Patient from FC Tulsa. Owen Darm goes down. There's hardly been a foul in this game, Anna. I'm trying to think back to fouls that were in the first half. We're going to see a substitution now for FC Tulsa. Patrick Siegrist is going to come off, and on will come Arthur Rogers. Arthur Rogers really started the season so well, and it was really unfortunate for him to pick up an injury that did keep him out for quite a while.
It was a lengthy injury, but his attitude on the bench and just continuing to rally around the team, I know he was well received from this FC Tulsa team.
Alex Delou got around the defender. Can he pull it back? No, it's gone away for another corner. The Katrina Freshmax corner won by Alex Delou. Good play from Delou. He's had a good game for me, Anna.
He has. I mean, 1v1, he's shown a lot of energy and pace to trying to change the pace of play, find ways around players 1v1 to create good chances in the box, and creates a good corner kick opportunity here off of his efforts.
Harvey Sinclair with the right foot. This will be an outswinger towards the penalty spot. Here it comes now into that near post. Andrew Booth's in there. Now a break on here for Monterey Bay. Down the left-hand side. Really good run here from Diego Gutierrez, who wants a handball, and the referee says it will be a handball. And Monterey Bay have got a chance here from the penalty spot to get themselves on the board. Bradley Bourgeois having a chat. Let's have a look at this one, Anna.
And credit Gutierrez making this play happen, and you see Owen Dom's arm there. Referee deeming that in an unnatural position. But Gutierrez leading up to that, the bit of hesitation, and then the acceleration around the defender to create that opportunity.
Diego Gutierrez has not scored a goal this season, and he has the opportunity to open his account from the penalty spot. Now, Peñaranda did save a penalty against Monterey Bay very late on to preserve a 0-0 draw. Referee blows the whistle. Gutierrez comes up, strikes it right-footed into the net. And it's game on, because Monterey Bay have got a goal back here. FC Tulsa 2, Monterey Bay FC 1.
You have to give a lot of credit to Gutierrez after that last play. In transition, 1v1, great run down that left side to lead up to that penalty kick opportunity that Owen Dom, unfortunately, with the handball there, but Gutierrez with his first of the season penalty kick taken with authority. And we'll get another look here. Steps up, calm, with enough pace. Peñaranda picked the wrong side, and you see Gutierrez getting that ball quickly to get things going again as they'll try to find an equalizer.
I think your words are very apt for that, with the right pace, because sometimes you see a penalty struck, and if you put enough pace on it, it makes it even more difficult for the goalkeeper. We know that Peñaranda went the wrong way there, but it was well struck, wasn't it? 2-1 the score. As I said, game on. Here's Galloway. Martinez has made a big difference since he's come on at half-time. Dieter will enjoy playing with the likes of Martinez. Here's the goal scorer, Gutierrez. Glasser into the box. Now there's a shot just over the top, and suddenly it's all become a little bit open, and there's frustration for Michael Gonzalez, who had an opportunity there, and that was a decent opportunity, wasn't it?
It was. FC Tulsa's defense these last few minutes has found themselves out of position, been a bit exposed. I think we'll get another look here at the replay as Monterey Bay FC finding some energy here after that last penalty kick converted by Gutierrez. Great chance, but that one sails up over the bar.
Michael Guerrero has just come on. For Monterey Bay.
Well played there from Arthur Rogers to try to find Owen Dom's feet, but an errant pass there.
2-1 the score. And this is a pretty exciting game. We said at the top of the show, you know, when there's no playoff places to play for, you still hope for an entertaining game, and I think we're seeing it, Anna.
It's been delivered, and as we mentioned, I mean, coming into this game, from a playoff perspective, not a ton, if at all, to play for, but players still trying to solidify their spots on the on next year's contracts and trying to make sure that they have a place and pride. I mean, all of these teams have worked so hard throughout the season and want to end on a high note with confidence heading into the offseason with a good feeling for next season. And so both of these teams, you can tell the energy, the intensity has been high, and they want to end the season with a win.
Just wonder whether FC Tulsa will start to look to their bench. Of course, from the striking aspect, Aaron Beeboot, Matthew Bell waits, and then defensively, the likes of Anthony Harper could come in, although it's got a little bit nervy now for FC Tulsa as they still lead by 2-1. So we'll wait and see what Mario Sanchez has got up his sleeve here. It's got a lot of variety on the bench tonight. I think Diogo Pacheco is going to come on imminently. Arthur Rogers did well. Stojanovic has worked really hard up front. Now, Alex DeLu. Ball worked out to the right-hand side. Harvey Sinclair goes back to Sebastian Sanchez. He brings in Andrew Booth. And now Arthur Rogers. Rogers, who's more used to playing on the right-hand side, but with Harvey Sinclair in the side, he has to go to the left. Owen Darm links up well with Arthur Rogers now, the Englishman. Owen Darm, who's had a good game. It's been tough for Owen Darm in the last 3 games, but he's done well tonight. There's Rogers into the box. It's flicked on into the far post by Harvey Sinclair, but it'll be ruled out because of the offside flag. Interesting one for me was the header going in. Harvey Sinclair can't believe that he's been given offside. Let's have a look at this one and see if we've got an angle to get some kind of evidence for the offside flag.
This was a really nice piece of play from FC Tulsa on the left side. Arthur Rogers trying to combine with Owen Dom, who then just that quick acceleration to try to create some space to deliver the ball in. As you get a look here, the initial header, tough to see from that angle if the ball was going in or not. Regardless, St. Clair with a touch on it. Assistant referee looked to be in a decent position to make that call, but it's tough.
There's a couple of things there for me. Was he offside when the ball was played, and did it come off a defender's head? but the assistant referee puts the flag up. That's the important thing. And Diogo Pacheco has entered into the game. On the left-hand side, Owen Dahm has gone to the right. Monterey Bay trying to get on level terms here with Dieter. Sebastian Sanchez was in the way. Andrew Booth coolly plays it to Harvey Sinclair, who was late with the challenge there. And the referee, I think, is trying to keep his cards in his pocket tonight with the, nothing at stake game, Anna, but he's got a little bit of chatting to do with Dieter. It was slightly late. Harvey Sinclair, to be fair, has not made anything of it, and I think the referee's probably saying something along the lines of, come on, I'm trying to keep these cards in my pocket tonight. And just having a word with the young man, which he's done.
It's sensible. I mean, but you haven't seen too many reckless challenges throughout the evening, so trying to just keep the players' composure. It's been a good competitive match and nothing malicious there, but I think you're right. Probably warning possibly the next tackle that looks like that might go to the book.
Well, and I like a referee who goes with the, I don't want to say the occasion because that'd be the wrong word, but the temperament of the game, which has been a very good game. And I think Dieter immediately put his hand up and said, yeah, I was late, I'm sorry. And I think the referee's done really well there, as we see another substitution for Monterey Bay. And it is Christian Waleski who comes on, the 32-year-old, to replace Michael Gonzalez up front. Waleski, who was born in Henderson, Nevada, played in Iceland and also has played against FC Tulsa for both St. Louis and Oklahoma City Energy in 2018. Select is the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship and many elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select product specials and more. Select, the player's choice. (2-1) the score. Game delicately poised as a long ball goes over the top of Arthur Rogers' head. He's done well to shepherd that one away. Goal kick to FC Tulsa. Now, headquartered in Tampa, the USL has partnered with United Way Suncoast to help the Tampa Bay area recover from the destruction of Hurricanes Helene and Milton. Many of our fellow fans have been left without food, power, and their homes. To assist in the recovery efforts, visit www.uslsoccer.com/Milton. With your support, we can help the Tampa Bay region ensure individuals and families have access to the resources they need. Anna Bogle, it brings it home to you, doesn't it, when you talk about fellow fans who've lost so much in those hurricanes.
Yeah, it's really easy for us to not think too much about it. It seems so far away, but really nice to see the USL kind of banding together and multiple teams as well, trying to support the Tampa Bay Rowdies and other sports teams and just fans, as you mentioned, involved in the area.
If you've got a pen or a pencil, I will give you in a few seconds that website again so that you can donate. Let's support all of our fellow fans in this wonderful USL League. Diogo Pacheco has gone down, and the referee said that there will be a free kick for an earlier foul. So to assist in the recovery efforts, visit www.uslsoccer.com/Milton. Thank you so much for your support. Now, there's a shoulder injury for Diogo Pacheco. Who will receive some attention here. Anna, it's kind of a strange feeling in One Oak Field. I mean, FC Tulsa were 2-0 up at half-time. They've been pegged back. Both teams playing the game, as we've just talked about with the referee, playing the game in the right way. We hope Pacheco's going to be okay here. But a slight lull in the game, and I guess from the neutral point of view, you know, you want to see attacking, flowing football, and we're seeing that. From the FC Tulsa point of view, you know, they want to finish on a high at home, and then from the Monterey point of view, I'm putting all my cards out on the table, aren't I? They want to finish with their last game with a result here as well.
Yeah, and we alluded to the danger of the 2-0 lead at halftime for FC Tulsa. They had a strong first half, but then you have the risk of coming out, being a bit complacent, and trying to find that insurance. But Monterey Bay FC, to their credit, came on strong. Gutierrez had a really great run, created that penalty kick opportunity, converted. And then since then, both teams have kind of settled into the game, and it's been pretty open, but now some breakages in play. We've seen some fouls, we've seen some injuries, so things have kind of been a bit stop and go, and that rhythm that both teams have had has subsided just a bit. So you'll hope after these stoppages and players can get back into that space that things will pick up again here in these last 20 minutes or so.
Yeah, some attention being needed here for Diogo Pacheco. You feel sorry for him, not only because he's been injured, but he's only been on the field a couple of seconds. We'll see here. I think he falls awkwardly there and immediately calls for assistance. Now he's getting back onto his feet here, and I think he's okay. It's just one of those awkward falls, and he's clearly very upset. I think he is going to have to leave the field here, and very emotional, very popular, and he's just feeling that left shoulder. And Bradley Bourgeois, the captain, coming across, and you can see how upsetting that is for Diogo Pacheco. You feel sorry for him, that's the way his season at FC Tulsa is going to end.
And Dave, he's such a resilient player, has experienced some health hardships in his life that he's overcome, and just continued to be very positive, and as you mentioned, just very popular amongst the team for his attitude on and off the field. And you could tell visibly unfortunate that injury occurred at this point in the game and in the season. We wish him the best in his recovery and hope that it's nothing too serious, but maybe some time here at the end of the season to refresh and recoup, and looking ahead towards next season.
And I don't think FC Tulsa, unless my eyes deceive, Anna, have made the substitution yet. But you just wonder whether Pacheco is going to get some attention and be able to come back onto the field. And unless I've missed the substitution, Pacheco's going down into the locker room. So FC Tulsa, we think, at the moment, temporarily down to 10. Harvey Sinclair with the free kick. Chips it in, and it's well caught by Carlos Herrera, who immediately gets it going down, looking for Valesky. Arthur Rogers. Rogers goes down. Just a little arm on the shoulder there from Guerrero. There he is, bit of a smile on his face. So we await to see what Coach Mario Sanchez will do here. Arthur Rogers. Bradley Bourgeois. 74 minutes on the clock. Bill Knight Ford is a proud sponsor of FC Tulsa. Bill Knight Ford is Oklahoma's #1 Ford dealer for 15 years running. Stop by today and get your hands on your new Ford today. Bill Knight, home of the Knight Advantage. Monterey Bay keeping control of the ball here, probing for their second to get them on level terms. FC Tulsa looking for their 4th home win of the season. And they've won the ball back. Stojanovic, who's had a good game tonight. Sebastian Sanchez. Andrew Booth will bring in Harvey Sinclair, who had the ball in the net, only for it to be ruled out for offside. FC Tulsa still playing with 10. Rogers tackled by Fair. Guerrero. Martinez. Guerrero again wearing 14 on as a second half sub. Tries to roll it to D2. He's got some work to do to keep it in, but he does just that. Guerrero heads, controls. Back to Galloway. Now Green. Out wide on the right is Glasser. Patient build-up from Monterey Bay, who are going to make another substitution imminently. Martinez. It's a good ball into Guerrero, who hits the shot straight into the shins of Alexis Sawahi. Martinez again. Now a curling shot just wide of the target. Patient build-up. And a burgle. And FC Tulsa, with their 10 men, are now going to make 2 substitutions.
FC Tulsa doing a good job there of limiting Monterey Bay FC from penetrating any closer to the goal, as Monterey Bay FC had to settle with the long-range distant shot there. Peñaranda had it covered as it goes wide.
Aaron Beboot and Matthew Bell were just about to come on, and they've just been taken back away from the halfway line. Here's Stojanovic. Andrew Booth in the centre circle. Martinez just about keeps it in. Martinez now couldn't get past Harvey Sinclair. And the referee looks to his assistant. And I think we're all baffled as to why that has been given, but the assistant gave it. Another substitute who came on was Ribola, wearing 7 for Monterey Bay, and FC Tulsa are about to make 3 substitutions. Going to see Aaron Beboot, Matthew Bell and Rashid Tete. Bouchoir. Leaves it for Johan Peñaranda. We're in the 80th minute here with FC Tulsa leading by 2-1. Moby Fair drives it towards the left-hand side. That's going to go out for a throw-in, and Anna will see this triple substitution here. Owen Darm has had a good game, and it's a Rashid Tete will come on at the back, but Matthew Bell and Aaron Beboot certainly attacking substitutions.
Aaron Beboot bringing some firepower. He's had some really outstanding goals since joining FC Tulsa. And Matthew Bell, he's one of those players that can keep the ball really close to his feet. Great dribbler, good with his distribution as well. So he'll be pleased to get some more minutes here with FC Tulsa. And Aaron Beboot trying to maybe give them a bit more insurance here, find that next goal. And Sanchez steps off. Had a good game. Great first half and a good showing in my opinion.
And well done. A pat on the back for Santiago Sanchez, who takes a well-earned rest. And Rashid Tate, Anna, is a centre-back, and he's gone into the midfield. But what I can tell you is FC Tulsa are now back to their full quota of 11 players. Osage Casino Hotel Tulsa is your place for fun and entertainment after the match. Enjoy a world-class casino experience with high-stakes tables and over 1,600 electronic games. Just 4 miles from One Oak Field. Osage Casino Hotel Tulsa. Alexis Sawahi has gone down. There'll be a fair bit of injury time, I think, to be added on here. eFootball 2024 is here. Live your dream, rep your team and play as your favourite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play. Download now.
It looks like Valesky getting the first yellow card of the game here. We'll get a look at the collision on this replay. You see Sawahi and Valesky both looking up toward the ball. Potential elbow there. I don't think Valesky was being malicious, but kind of up over Sawahi.
Christian Valesky's second yellow card of the season. I think it's a little bit lucky there, the Pele yellow card for Christian Valesky. I'm not sure he did an awful lot wrong there, but the referee's a lot closer than we are, and that's the first Pele yellow card of the game. Aaron Beboot thinks he's won the throw-in, but in fact it's a free kick for a slightly overzealous challenge. 2-1 the score. 8 minutes left of the season for both of these teams. As Valesky heads it to Glasser. Now the ball into the box. Valesky's there. Dieter's there. Acrobatics from Dieter. Good save from Johan Peñaranda, who keeps FC Tulsa's slender lead. Good effort from Dieter. We'll show you that one in as soon as we can, because they're still on the attack, are Monterey Bay with Kai Green, but he's given that one away. Good save from Peñaranda.
Peñaranda had to step up big there, and Dieter had work to do, but an errant pass here.
Now it's given it away. Is this the moment that it's 2-2? Dieter's in there again. Harvey Sinclair had to keep his arms down. Belts it anywhere. And Monterey Bay are really looking for this second goal.
A bit lackadaisical from FC Tulsa's defense, and Monterey Bay FC almost able to capitalize. Still with possession here. You can see they're playing with a bit more sense of urgency these last couple of minutes.
Galloway has had a good game for me. Brings in Martinez, who stayed on side. Dieter. Moby Fair nearly hits the referee. Did well to get out of the way of that one. Glasser wide on that right-hand side. Ribola with Fair, and that's into the grateful arms of Johan Peñaranda. As we tell you that Tulsa Spine and Rehab, a team of specialists in one place, delivering lasting pain relief. 6 minutes to go, plus the injury time. Is there drama in store here at One Oak Field for FC Tulsa? Forward come Monterey Bay. Glasser. Ribola. Matthew Bell. He's giving it away. Glasser here now. Ball into the box. Dieter didn't get what he wanted on it. He holds his head to his hands again. It's a decent ball in from Glasser.
With pace too, and Dieter's done a good job getting in the mix, kind of drifting into that space and giving himself an opportunity to get on the end of these balls, but just hasn't been able to be efficient and execute the way that he wants to. And to be fair, he's had some work to do with some of the delivery that's been put into the box, but to his credit, trying to make something happen to find that equalizer.
Now there's a chance, and it's a save. It was Stojanovic who burst through, but Herrera stuck out his left leg, and it's going to be a Katrina Freshmax corner in the USL Championship race to the playoffs, presented by Terminix. North Carolina beat Las Vegas Lights by 2-1. El Paso Pittsburgh have beaten El Paso by 2-0. We'll tell you what the standings look like as the ball comes into the area. Valesky's back there helping out. Bell gets a clearance here to Harvey Sinclair. Sinclair trying to get another Katrina Freshmax corner, and the referee's gone with a goal kick. So Louisville City have won their game by 4-1. A late goal there for Philip Goodrum. They finish top of the pile. Charleston currently in second. Detroit, who are 2-0 up, 3-0 I think now at San Antonio. They're in third. Indy 11, who went down tonight to Tampa Bay, they finish in fourth. Rhode Island are 7-1 up against the Miami FC, who we know are long eliminated from any playoff contention. They're up into fifth. Tampa Bay 6th. North Carolina 7th. Pittsburgh are in 8th. And now Hartford Athletic are 4 points behind Pittsburgh, so they cannot now make the playoffs. So Pittsburgh have tied that one up, and it's now 8-1 to Rhode Island. Here's Andrew Booth. Last 3 minutes. FC Tulsa Annaberger would like to finish on a bit of a high and score another goal.
They've been defending these last few minutes, but have had a couple of sequences trying to get things going again on the offensive front, back to how they were in the first half, but well defended here as Monterey Bay FC earning another corner kick opportunity. You can see the urgency, trying to get players in the box quickly. Might take this short. No, he'll wait.
Katrina Freshmax corner. Late on here in the 88th minute, with FC Tulsa leading by 2-1. Thanks for your company here. Dave Saunders, Annaberger with you on ESPN Plus, Cox Your View and Cox Channel 3. Referee just talking to a couple of players about the pushing and shoving in front of Joanne Peñaranda. It's Ribola and Rashid Tete were spoken to. Here's the ball into the danger area. Sawahi heads towards the right-hand side. Dieter with Bell. Bell does well to stick out his leg in his pink boots to clear the danger. Long throw from Galloway. He comes up to the white line, launches the ball towards the near post, headed away by Aaron B-Boot. Now the goalkeeper, Carlos Herrera, a long way out. Harvey Sinclair, beaten by Ribola. Ribola had his arm around his neck. Well, can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern. Plus hear live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the new Sirius XM app. Andrew Booth, who's got one on the night, dispossessed well by Lara. Fair will bring in the lively Glasser down that right-hand side. Matthew Bell having to retreat for FC Tulsa. Ribola's been fouled by Rashid Tete. Tete needs to get away from the ball, and I think Monterey Bay, Anna, will want to put as many as they can into the box, or around the box anyway.
And you can tell their intensity these last few minutes has really increased, as I think we might be seeing 7 minutes of extra time here, a few injuries to account for.
Martinez. Monterey Bay still probing right to the end here. We're playing the 7 minutes of Tulsa Tech stoppage time. Martinez just onto the head of Bradley Bouchard, who was virtually still on the penalty spot. Ribola. In it comes again. Brave header there from Sebastian Sanchez, who felt he got a kick in the face. So more stoppage time here. It's always difficult when two teams are playing up the last few minutes of their season, Anna. 2-1 the score. It's been a pretty good game. It's been played in good spirit, hasn't it? And again, you know, as we said, there's lots at stake. Players are playing for next season, etc., etc. But it's been a pretty good game. There's been some lulls in the game, but all in all, two teams, as we take a look at what happened, I think Sebastian Sanchez got a kick in the face here, Anna. Well, it's gone down. I think it was before that, wasn't it?
Yeah, seeing the aftermath of that, I don't think it didn't look intentional when it happened, but players getting rehydrated here for these last few minutes of this game. But this free kick opportunity in a pretty good area. I think we might get another look to see when the initial infraction may have happened here. Tough to see from that angle how high Dieter's leg was, but the reaction.
Well, the DJ's doing everything he can in the stadium to just lift everybody here in the last few minutes of this game. But I say again, Anna, you know, it's been a good game, hasn't it? For a game where neither team could make the playoffs. It's been competitive, it's been fairly played, and you know, we've seen some good goals and some good action, and we're going to see another ball into the area, and it's away by Rashid Tete, and it's a strong finish from Monterey Bay.
It has been. The first half was pretty open. Both teams, we knew, had attacking lineups, attacking minded, really wanted to go for this game and end their season on a high note. FC Tulsa hasn't had as much success in the second half. Credit Monterey Bay FC with the late surge here. Able to cut the deficit in half with the converted penalty kick, and now trying to find a late equalizer as a referee just trying to calm things down in the box ahead of this corner kick.
Lots of discussion there. Valesky's having a little say. Corner is going to be taken, the Katrina Freshmax corner, to be taken by Walmart Martinez. Good one into the danger area, away by Sawahi, and then the ball back in from Ribola. Goes wide, and it will be a goal kick, and Valesky acts as ball boy. Monterey Bay want to finish as strong as they can. We're playing the stoppage time. Around about 3 minutes to go. So pretty much in the USL Championship race to the playoffs, sponsored by Terminix, pretty much everything tied up in terms of the 16 teams that will contest the playoffs. FC Tulsa, Anna, with just one last effort to try to get this ball forward and get a third. Detroit now winning by 3-1, so they're up into third. And just to repeat that Hartford and Birmingham play later on tonight, and they cannot now catch Pittsburgh, who've done everything they needed to do by winning their game 2-0 against El Paso, who will finish bottom of the Western Conference. Above them will be Monterey Bay, we think now, and then FC Tulsa in 10th. FC Tulsa, if the result holds as the ball goes into the box, will finish a point behind San Antonio, who are losing by 3-1 at home to high-flying Detroit. Monterey Bay will finish 11th on 34. El Paso have finished their season bottom of the league on 32. Ball into the box again. Andrew Booth gets some kind of a challenge in. Wilmer Martinez. And some of the highlights for you this season, obviously the Lasso goal stands out, doesn't it? There's Valesky up there. But, you know, performances from players for you that you've enjoyed?
Yeah, we've seen some pretty good ones. I mean, I've really liked watching Owen Dom throughout the season, who was subbed off earlier. FC Tulsa with a lot of young players that have made some really bright impressions.
Ribola has won a corner here, Katrina Freshmack's corner late on. Goalkeeper thought about coming up, but he stands back on the halfway line. Here's the corner short to Martinez. Martinez will drive towards goal and it hits the post. He holds his head in hands and the crowd almost stunned that didn't go in. I think that's incredibly close to being an equaliser in the last minute of the game.
What an effort from Martinez. Generated a lot of power. You see just the quick short corner opportunity, sets himself up perfectly with his first touch. And that one just barely off the post there. Had Peñaranda beaten for sure.
Aaron B. Boots committed a foul, which might give one last chance for Monterey Bay to throw the kitchen sink here at FC Tulsa and try to get a level up. Kai Green. And that one's out. And Lara it was. Couldn't keep that ball in. It'll be a goal kick. Yeah, you look at FC Tulsa's season. Obviously, Aaron Bibit's come in and done well on loan. Bradley Bourgeois never lets the club down, does he? He was disappointed, very disappointed that they didn't make the playoffs, of course. And this man, Peñaranda, has been outstanding.
Yeah, he was kind of unexpected, as we alluded to in the pregame. Came in on I thought it was a month-long contract, and then earned himself a spot as the referee blows the final whistle here.
Yeah, final whistle from the referee. FC Tulsa finished the season with a win. You've got to compliment the opposition, Monterey Bay, who came into town with no playoff hopes at all, and they've played a really good game here, Anna, and maybe a little bit unfortunate, especially with the shot that grazed the post, not to finish with a draw.
Monterey Bay FC with the late surge, and they had a better second half, trying to find that equalizer, able to cut the deficit in half. Well taken penalty kick, and then just falling a bit short here. But FC Tulsa, the two first half goals are the difference maker, as they're able to see this one out and get the victory at home in front of their fans to finish out this regular season.
Lots to wrap up before we let you go and bring the curtain down on this season. We've got our end of term show, shall we say, coming up after the break. FC Tulsa 2, Monterey Bay FC 1.
Back at Osage Casino Hotel Tulsa, and we have the perfect getaway for you. Cool off in our spacious freeform pool. Grab your favorite drink and chill at the poolside bar. or relax and unwind in a cozy private cabana. Just steps away are tempting restaurants, live entertainment, and a world-class casino gaming experience. At Osage Casino Hotel Tulsa, your place to stay and relax.
At Ascension St. John, we're committed to being your first choice for healthcare in Oklahoma. For movement disorders, spine care, and more, our brain and spine specialists lead in coordinating advanced care. Patients choose us for advanced heart care and personalized cancer care. And we also excel in the things that can't be measured. Listening more closely, caring more compassionately.
The experience to adapt, learn, and grow defines Williams. We've delivered natural gas to power change for over a century. Now we're investing in next-gen technologies to move toward a low-carbon future. We can reduce emissions and meet rising energy demands because experience powers us.
Welcome back into One Oak Field. For the last time this season, FC Tulsa have won this one by 2-1. That's their 4th home win of the season. Let's have a look how it happened with my broadcast partner, Anna Bergel.
Both teams brought the energy tonight. Not a lot at stake from a playoff perspective, but pride at stake, absolutely. And a great goal line save here from Lara, heads-up play. And then moments later, Alexi Sawahi for FC Tulsa finds the back of the net, the defender able to capitalize, and then Andrew Booth, this electric strike went on to ultimately be the game winner. 2 first-half goals for FC Tulsa and continued to find some momentum going forward as well. You saw Santiago Sanchez getting involved. Stojanovic had a great game as well, Dave, but misses that one there. And then this was the difference maker for Monterey Bay FC. Gutierrez, who had a great game up and down the wing, created that opportunity, able to convert on the penalty kick. And then FC Tulsa's defense able to see this game out with the late surge from Monterey Bay FC to give their home fans a victory to cheer for here as they close out the regular season.
And let's have a look at our final graphics stats for the season. And you can see there was a total of 30 shots in the game. 10 of those were on target. And the possession, again, credit Monterey Bay. They knew how to keep control of the football.
And Monterey Bay FC in the second half played a lot better in the final third. Their shots improved. Their possession in the final third, most of that possession in the first half was in the defensive half, but the 2 first half goals from FC Tulsa were enough to get it done as FC Tulsa's defense able to help see this out, only converting the 1 penalty kick, but a great way to end this FC Tulsa season here at home.
Well, FC Tulsa have won for the 4th time at home this season. We're delighted as always to be joined by the head coach Mario Sanchez. Mario, congratulations on winning this game of football tonight.
Yeah, in a weird way it summed up the season. You know, we still, the coach and me, I got to talk about, we still couldn't put 90 minutes together. First half great, and then, had some lulls in the second half, and unfortunately find a way to make it interesting. But obviously, super, super nice to end the season at home with a win.
Coach, what were some of your bright spots this season as you look ahead to what this group could potentially do next season?
I think everyone saw the fight. You know what I mean? Like, I always tell the guys, and anyone who coaches knows that the minimum is always showing up and fighting and working hard for yourself, for the team, for the club, for the fans. And that's one thing I'm proud of is that every game, win or loss or tie, the guys absolutely fought, and they fought to the end. And so that's always got to be the cornerstone. And outside that, if you get that right, then you just got to make improvements every game. And obviously we're, for the most part, very, very young, and especially within the USL, professional world. But yeah, I think, like I've told the guys, we just always got to fight, and that's what I'm most proud of.
Coach, win, lose or draw, the players and you always go to your fans. You must be absolutely delighted to get this win for the community that you have helped to build for FC Tulsa.
No, it takes all of us. It takes the club, it takes everyone. And what you guys do, broadcasting the games, and we got to continue to grow soccer here, and part of my responsibility is we got to win more games. And I mean, I've never hid from it. You know, winning helps, winning solves all, as they say. So, you know, we got to continue to put a good product on the field. We got to get out in the community. And yeah, it's funny. Like, it's hard to actually think that this is the last game because I feel like on Monday I got to get back to the office and get on the training field. But yeah, we'll take the time to reflect and make sure we come back stronger next year.
Coach Mario Sanchez, we want to thank you so much for always being honest with us at the end of these games. We wish you all the best in obviously preparing for next season now.
No, we appreciate it. Again, I can't thank you guys enough and the support everyone gives and everyone watching. For my family and I, we absolutely love being here, and we can't wait to years to come here in Tulsa.
We'll let you go and be with the sponsors and the fans.
Thank
Coach,
you.
Thanks so much. That's Coach Mario Sanchez there. And Anna Bergel, from you, I mean, just always positive about this club and has really brought the community together.
It's been really fun to watch him grow into the season and the players continue to play for him. And he brought in players throughout the season to try to build this team, and you saw the pieces and you saw the ideas, but just wasn't able to have a complete season. But, I mean, you heard him. Winning solves all from that perspective, so he definitely understands what needs to happen here at FC Tulsa. But his inaugural season with this team and FC Tulsa able to go out on a high note here at home in front of their home fans.
Anna Bergel, thanks so much for spending the season alongside me in the commentary box. We appreciate your expertise, and we thank also Blake and the team who've provided the sights and the sounds for you at home. We thank you, for the viewers, for joining us each time that we put this production on. We thank you to the players and everybody connected with FC Tulsa. It was a good game, which FC Tulsa narrowly won by 2-1. We wish you all the best, and we'll see you next time.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.